Hi, I'm pretty excited because today I'm going to do some photography with the Nikon D5200 and the 50mm f1.8G lens, the nifty 50. This lens is so versatile. I'm going to show you exactly what it can do. Don't go away. The nifty 50. The nifty 50, I love this lens. If you've got one of these lenses in your kit, you know what I'm talking about, and you probably shouldn't be watching this video. If you don't have one, you really should consider getting one. It's just such an incredible lens, and I had forgotten how great it was until the other day. I'm scrolling through my Lightroom catalog and I came across a whole bunch of images that I'd taken with this incredible lens. The blurry backgrounds, the sharpness of this lens, and the sheer variety of shots that I've been able to capture with this is mind-blowing. The thing I like about it the most is it's so compact and lightweight. You can just pop it on the front of the camera, you don't even know it's there. You step out the front door and you can shoot pretty much anything, and I'm about to prove that to you, so let's go. Oh, and if you hang around to the end of the video, you'll see me shoot some bird photography with this. That's right, you heard it, bird photography. The first type of photography where this lens excels is portraits. It was made for this. Because of the nice wide apertures, you get beautiful, smooth, blurry backgrounds that make your subject pop out in the photograph. It also doesn't distort the facial features like much wider angle lenses would do. It's awesome. You can get some really great flower and macro photography results with this lens. It doesn't have an exceptionally close minimal focusing distance. It's 45 centimeters or 1.48 feet. But because it's so sharp, you can crop in post and get some awesome results, as you can see here. Another way you can use the 50mm f1.8G is for landscapes, believe it or not. It's not designed for this, but it does a really good job. Normally for landscapes, you use much wider angle lenses. Now you have to remember that when you put a 50mm lens onto a 1.5x crop body like the D5200, it actually produces the field of view of a 75mm lens. So you multiply the focal length of the lens by 1.5, gives you 75. So on a full frame camera, this would give you the field of view of a 50mm, but on this one, we're getting the field of view of a 75mm, which can be really cool for landscapes. Gets you in a little bit closer, gives you a bit more focus on details, if you like, not so much a wide view of everything. So 50mm f1.8G, good for landscapes, buddy. Another type of photography where the 50mm f1.8G really excels is street photography. You can just, as I said before in the video, you can just quickly chuck this lens on the front of your camera. You can go out into the street and photograph pretty much anything all day long. People, buildings, graffiti, whatever you like, and it does a really great job. Now, I promised at the start of the video that I was going to do some bird photography with this 50mm lens. Now, quite obviously, this lens is not designed for this, okay? You can't really zoom in on the birds because it's a prime lens. It's only got one fixed focal length, so you can't zoom in. So the first priority is to find birds that will actually let you get close. So I've come to the Coffs Harbour Botanic Gardens, and the lake behind me has usually some birds there that will come in because a lot of people feed them, so they see a person come and they move in close. So I'm fingers crossed that's what's going to happen, because if it doesn't, this is going to be very tricky. I mean, you can do bird photography with it. You're just not going to get, you know, if you're happy with birds that are very small in the frame, that's fine. If you need to zoom in, you're not going to want to use this lens. But I'm going to see how it goes. Let's head over to the lake and see what happens. Okay. So I'm here, now I just have to wait for the birds to come over. The very moment I walked over, they all swam away. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to feed them because I don't believe in that. So it's just a waiting game. I'll sit here and wait till they get used to me. I mean, here's an ibis coming over here I could probably photograph. Let's see what job the 50mm will do of the ibis. So if you're interested in my camera settings, at the moment here I'm using f7.1. My ISO is 640, but that appears to be too high. I've got one 1250th of a second shutter speed and ISO 250 now. Now of course that bird's going to be very small in the frame, but like I said, the 50mm lens is very sharp, so you can crop in later on. I'm just going to be quiet for a bit and see if they'll come over. Just chucking some grass in the water to make them think I'm feeding them. There's one coming a little bit closer. Now I need to change my focus mode to AF-C, which I didn't have it on, because I want the camera to be constantly focusing. This little Eurasian coot is coming closer, but he knows I'm fooling him with the grass. Yeah, he's not fooled at all. Bird photography is a game of patience, especially when using a 50mm lens. But I don't think today I'm going to have any luck. I might try over near the pavilion over the back there, because that's where people usually feed them, so we'll move over there and see what happens. Okay, I've come over to the pavilion to just see if the birds will think I'm feeding them, but they're all over there. And you know, they just didn't get the memo that I was making this YouTube video today, and I needed them to come close, you know. They're not coming over, so, you know, what do they say? Never work with children or animals. So there is one little Eurasian coot that's come over. I'll see if I can get him to come closer. No, not interested at all. A little while ago, I was chatting to someone who works here, and I was saying to them that you should stop people feeding the birds in the pond because they're feeding them bread and it's really bad for them. And they've put up signs, and I think it might be working because the birds are not interested in me at all. So that is the Nikon 50mm f1.8G lens. As you can see, not built for bird photography, but great for a lot of other things. If you want to check it out, there's links in the description where you can learn more about it and purchase if you want to. There's also links down there to a lot of the gear that I've used in this video. Until next time, I'm Barry from Photographer's Freedom. Get out here, take some wicked shots. I'm going to put my long lens on and go and chase some birds. I'll see you next time. Bye.